It's our language though.
I'm
Like,
not
there's a
gonna
word in our
I'm not gonna
language.
tarnish my 1-2 month vlogging career over.
Speaking about tarnishing, if you were in WrestleMania, guys, we're back from just Yappin, by the way. You're in a different room, in a different atmosphere. Rain City Toys in the house. Clearly, Rain City Toys in his house because there's all these toys behind us. And the Wrestling Classic
We've
here.
only been in my house.
Yeah, but they don't know.
Yeah,
Wait, have we? Only recorded?
Actually,
no. We recorded somewhere else one time.
we might have. I don't
We
really
did.
watch our videos.
Yo, we recorded somewhere else. Why can't I remember? No, we didn't. It was just the middle room, I think.
We have too many rooms here.
Oh, this is what happens.
People don't even know.
So you live in a mansion, bro.
No.
And if you celebrate 420, Mania 420, I was there this year in Las Vegas. WrestleMania happened on 420. Shout out to Kayfabe Clothing. Pay me. You got Prime on this thing.
Us.
Pay us. Well, I know him as Dante. He actually probably owes me money.
Okay.
I love you, Dante. I didn't mean to say that loud, but like, Dante's a man, but I don't know. I probably forgot. He probably owes me like $50 or something. But yeah. See, I forgot because he is the man and he's my bro. Like if I didn't know you that well and you forgot to pay me, I'd probably be more on your ass. But because I'm like, fucking, I'm gonna see him and show he's a good guy.
So after last episode, we lost our producer.
Yeah,
The only guy that's ever produced for us. So if people
he did offer to come back, but he works late and he said to come after. But last week we recorded at 1 a.m. It's not 1 a.m. right now.
But if people saw our setup right now,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we did a pretty good
I
job.
probably should have checked the battery on my phone before we did this. That being said, I dyed my hair. I don't got the white in my beard right now. Do I look younger?
Do I? Oh, actually, I didn't even realize. Oh, shoot.
It looks better though.
Yeah.
You know what I thought about it? Like,
I totally, like, I'm like, oh, he looks different today.
you know,
But
at first I
heard
was
of it.
like, I don't mind the whites and shit, but then like I took a couple of pictures of the people with the 5X, like that Divya girl and what the G's is doing shit, and I was like, my beard probably should have been
Yeah,
dyed.
it's tough to, like, impress 23-year-old girls, right? With
She's
a little
not
bit of white beards,
23,
right?
man.
Gives
Yeah,
that
I don't know how old she is, but she's really pretty. Shout out to Divya Kapoor. Check her out.
23,
Kahani
24,
Julie,
man.
good people.
You were with 23-year-old kids feeling left out, so you
I didn't
decided
feel
to
left
dye
out, but my
yours
beard.
blonde.
No, I dye my beard not like what's the word I'm looking
Can't
for.
even repeat what I said there.
I-
I was standing outside the cage. No, we were inside the cage.
I
right?
was inside the cage.
I was with you.
No, you were supposed to be with me.
No,
Shout out to- and Tance is gonna be on the show one day, and Tance took you to go see his family. And then I lost you.
I'm a family man. I'm okay with that.
And he took me
Out of
too,
my-
but I told him, I'm like, hey, I gotta go back there. Can you bring Arvy with you? Yeah, I got you. I was like, yo, why didn't you bring Arvy back there? Oh, I got distracted, man. I had to go do that. So I'm like,
So they're watching a couple of performers. I have no idea who they were. No, I'm not talking about that cage. I'm talking about the outside cage with the where you went to go.
oh, the VIP cage. I was like, we have to at least go in there to show that we can go in there.
And then
Yeah, strong arm people sometimes.
I made a few comments.
Sometimes you gotta remind people who the fuck you are. Like when I posted that LeBron post today, and I was like, oh, this is not for clout. I just want to prove that like this is that he's one of us. He's a wrestling fan, which that genuinely was what I want to do. But someone's like, yeah, it's also a little bit for clout, and I was like, you know what? You're right. It might.
that shit,
It is a
man.
little bit for clout.
How many people
And it's
can-
not about
yeah,
clout. It's about
okay.
fame too. And the other thing is like. Yeah, because like I gotta remind people who the fuck I am and my influence and my reach and the things I've accomplished, you know?
you have accomplished a lot in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, who can say they've talked to LeBron
Yeah, and
without being in the basketball community or without you didn't know anyone. That's the cool part.
I knew LeBron, but I
No,
don't
no,
know
but
him.
you never knew anyone to LeBron. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
you know, I like Kazim and them.
Well, no, and once again, I commented on Kaz's thing today where Kaz was shaking hands with LeBron. I think I've probably said it to Kaz before too, especially the Wally Manias when I used to drink. So definitely not the last couple of ones, but the Wally Manias I used to drink, I probably said
Sponsor us.
something. But I do remember saying to Kaz or commenting to Kaz today that why is it just a random share? Go to see it like what is that picture? Who is that?
happened?
Who is that picture?
Those are my kids.
I can't see. I'm so blind.
Yeah, you're blind.
I'm so confused. I was like, is this like some random wallpaper?
I don't know. My phone did that.
But back to the Kazim thing. I do think I was like, I don't know if they might have had a group chat or there was some situation where that was back in the day where I'd post segments and matches and stuff, like old school funny Austin segments and the Rock
probably
and stuff.
shared it, right?
They probably shared it, and that's probably what got him to follow the page. I always wonder. I'm like, maybe it was through Kaz or something that happened. So
Still pretty cool.
Still pretty cool, but yeah, you know, I'll tell you one thing about the other cool people that followed me: the Weeknd, LeBron James, Pusha T, the wrestlers. I've never had a public figure or celebrity DM me and say you're a goof. And I've like done it all.
And it was such a political response after. Okay, we all know
Explain what happened first for those that don't know, because I've been talking a lot.
We're talking about this guy's favorite politician.
Not
Jagmeet
my
Singh.
favorite
You voted NDP. You told me.
No, I
you
didn't. I
You
don't-
said I'm sick and
I'm
tired
not
of these
gonna.
liberals.
I'm not gonna say anything because
I voted Jagmeet. You
No
said
matter
you voted
what I
Jagmeet Singh.
say, someone's gonna be upset with me. So I'm not saying anything about who I voted for. But
For anyone that really wants to know, we don't give two shits about politics. I think there's a war about to happen right now, and this guy told me, "Hey, I think there's a war about to start." I'm like, "That's cool, man. Did you hear the song?"
yeah,
I
know.
know,
I'm
I-
actually concerned about this war.
You're
a little
concerned?
bit. Not concerned, but like
You're not gonna make
I
it.
go to America. A
You
lot.
do not have the credentials to be invited to fight this war.
But I
You
go
don't
to
have it.
America a lot.
I don't have it. They're gonna look at us and be like, "Yo, these guys are jobbers."
Dude,
There's no
I
way.
got,
we're
I
getting
got
these
pulled in the
guys.
border, and then the next time I went across the border, the guy was like, "Why would they pull in the wrestling class?"
You know what's gonna happen if we get invited to, I guess,
What?
the military of Canada? Is that what it be? The Canadian military?
Our military is so bad, we don't even know the name of it. it's so not
This
a
is-
culture.
this
I don't
is-
know about like middle Canada, like the rural areas and stuff, and how they feel about the military. But in the metropolis areas, Calgary, Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, like our military culture is so obsolete. Like it does not exist.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
But I'll know exactly what's going to happen. Predominantly, our military is going to be East Indian. A lot of people, especially from Surrey, are going to get forced to go. Brampton as well, too. And a lot of these people that are going to be Indians, they're going to be put in the military. And every time it's going to be time to fight a war, they'll be like, no, we can't fight today. We have to go pray first. Bunch of Nahang saying, a bunch of men with turbans and beards, they're going to be like, no, we have to pray before we go to battle. And what's going to happen is everyone's going to start joining in and be like, no, let's chill on the war a little bit. We got to go, do our prayers. And everyone's going to come back with a turban and beard and come
We'll
back
see
our
what happens.
religious 4
Then
years
let's go
later.
back to Jagmeet Singh and Drake and their beef.
Are you Kendrick or Drake?
No comment. I plead the fifth.
No, yeah.
God bless America.
So you're.
Do we
Why?
plead the fifth in Canada, or is that an American thing?
Don't know. I've never been to court. Never really been sued for anything.
No comment. I plead the fifth.
I'm gonna say I'm probably more Drake though.
I lost the E on my essentials pants, and it's really stressing me out.
You answer the question.
It says
I'm gonna pick
it
Drake.
says essentials. Fear of God.
I'm gonna pick Drake because, in all honesty, my what's the words I'm trying to use here? Me picking a rapper has absolutely no value. Like that's how much rap music I listen to, and I'm only choosing Drake because I know probably more Drake songs than I do Kendrick songs. And I don't think Kendrick's bad.
I like both a lot. I like them for different reasons. I do think that,
I partied harder with Drake's music than I ever did with Kendrick's
I don't know
music.
what I partied harder to.
I mean,
know-
partied hard
I
wasn't
know
like-
I might have probably, if you would have checked like how many times I've played a song, I've probably played a Drake song more times than I played a Kendrick song. But I've also played Kendrick songs a lot too. So like it's
Name a
not
song. Name a Kendrick song.
Swimming pools,
Another one.
DNA,
Another one.
not like us.
Another one.
I had the whole Mad City.
Another
album.
one.
I had the whole Mad City.
Another
I
one.
had
Just
the
name
CD.
3. I'm sitting at 3. Name another one.
I don't know. There's a lot of them. I got a lot.
You're a Drake
Luther.
fan. He's a Drake fan.
Luther.
He's a Drake fan. You're
no,
you're
I
all about
listen-
Toronto things.
What do I know about Drake? One Dance, Forever. A lot of Drake was featured stuff, I guess.
Yeah, but I do like Drake.
Hotline Bling.
But you're right. I don't really care to choose.
No, but
if I had to, I would say I
I-
like Drake. I like Drake a little bit more, but I don't know who's a
In
better
terms of
rapper.
the beef, I'm gonna have to go with Kendrick because Drake acted like a little bitch with
Well,
his beef.
this is the issue.
Drake
now.
acted like a little bitch with beef. Even this whole situation with Jagmeet Singh was very bitchy of Drake.
No. This is where I
And
have to
two,
stand my ground here.
I'll also say if we're talking about making good like the songs, that good catchy songs, commercial songs, Drake's the man. Talking about being a real rapper, Kendrick Lamar.
So you're a Kendrick fan.
I am a Kendrick fan,
Wow.
but I do
Now
think
I'm stuck because Drake.
but I do really like Drake.
So Drake.
And I don't Drake. Please do not DM me and call me a goof.
Drake's
I will not
Canadian,
respond politically.
right? Drake's Canadian, partially handicapped for a bit.
Yeah.
So we all, have to support him there in Degrassi. But he went after Jagmeet Singh. So now, as a guy with a turban and beard, am I supposed to stand with Jagmeet Singh and be like, hey man, I gotta rock it with
In
Jagmeet?
2025, like, is it discrimination if you call a sick man with a turban and beard a goof? Like, is that representation to all the sicks and all the turban and bearded men? Are you guys all goofs now? Because Drake said you're a goof.
So if Drake is labeling all of us a goof, then I gotta go with Jagmeet Singh.
I don't think he is. I'm just trying to say,
But if
that's the way the world works
I,
these days.
I think it's more of an individual attack on Jagmeet by calling him a goof. So if that's the case, I'm a Drake fan. If I'm a goof because I'm associated to Jagmeet Singh, even though I
No,
know
grab
the
your phone
relationship-
for a second. Well, I'll cut this out. Don't worry. I'll just grab your phone. I want to actually see how Jagmeet responded. Like, I want to read it.
Jagmeet's
Yeah, because
response
it
was
was so politically, like... It's still recording? Well, good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Sit
Let
down.
me pull it
I'll
out.
start talking again.
No, that's fine. Leave it running.
Okay. It was so political. It was just yapping. It's so... This is what the show is. It's supposed to be...
No, you got cut. I was wearing my shorts.
Oh, no. I want them to see your sexy legs. Where's your Google?
It's on Google.
Jagmeet Singh responds
Prime
to Drake. So I want to clarify. All Drake said to
Second
Jagmeet.
time I've said
Oh, we didn't even tell the reason what happened. Kendrick Lamar was in Toronto. He was having a concert, and Jagmeet Singh went to the concert. Jagmeet Singh is a Canadian politician. Drake is a Canadian politician and rapper.
and the ambassador of the Toronto Raptors.
And an ambassador.
You know who would love this show right now? Who would love to be part of this? Is Bindi.
Yeah.
Bindi would be having a heyday with Jagmeet Singh right
now. And Drake, like, he's got some law in Canada, right? Like, he runs the show a little bit. And and I appreciate Drake. He's repping Canada. Like, and Drake and Justin Bieber are my two people I always use of people that made it outside of Canada, came back and repped Canada to make it cool. Because, you can't make it cool from you. You have to go make it big somewhere else.
Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Made Canada cool?
He did. People know his little
Canadian I'll admit, I like Justin Bieber's music, but he made Canada cool.
He made being like, people like, where's Justin Bieber from? Toronto. You know when that came up a lot? It was when Justin Bieber kept getting in trouble at like 1920 for drinking and stuff in America. And then he like
he's trying to be American.
Yeah, and then it's like, and then like the whole thing is like, like in Canada you have to drink at 19. That's the legal age.
I think if I ever saw Justin Bieber, I'd probably just give him a hug.
I'm a fan of him now.
I think the guy just needs a hug, man. He's been through so much in life.
I didn't like little kid Justin Bieber. It wasn't for me. I was grown up. Baby bullshit. Never Say Never.
I went to little kid Justin show.
I had to go watch Never Say Never, the movie, in theaters on a double date. It was not my...
Double date?
Yeah, I know. But
Just lie and say your niece or your cousin. Come on.
The girls like Justin Bieber.
You probably lost 10,000 followers.
But I love the Purpose album, and I think I just went through a breakup, so it was like perfect timing that came out. I related to it a lot, and I was like, wow, adult Justin Bieber? I understand you, my guy. But back to Jagmeet Singh and Drake. Where is the actual...
I really hope Drake doesn't call us a goof.
He might call you a goof. I don't have a turban and a beard.
Yeah, that sucks. What's life?
If anything, you'll call me a goof because you said you're for Drake. I said I said I plead the fifth.
No, you then just admit it. You know what? I'm more of a Kendrick fan.
No,
I just said that 10 minutes ago.
I just said that Kendrick is a better rapper. Drake makes bangers for the clubs and the girls to shake their asses to. And then you end it with, I guess I'm a Kendrick fan. And Kendrick tells stories, and he's old school. He's like the hip hop we grew up on, not the hip hop that the Gen Zs grew up on.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't listen to too much.
And I don't even if you ask me, is Drake a rapper? I'd say okay, maybe 2009-10 Drake was a rapper when he was doing like.
Whose life would you rather want, Drake or Kendrick's?
Lil Wayne, none of them. No. I want to be a proud Punjabi citizen, a Sikh. I don't want to be anything else. I do not want to be a Gora, a Kala, anything. No disrespect to these people, but I know what I know, and that's what I know. So why would I imagine? And I'm gonna read this though. Losing all of our culture and everything that I know about our culture, I would feel so lost. And maybe I'm only saying that because this is all I know. Now, in terms of like,
it seems like you're taking indirect shots at people.
In terms of like getting bitches and having money and living in a mansion that gets shot up randomly so it can be on the news, like I don't give a fuck about that shit. Yeah. Especially now at 33. If you ask me at like 25, I'd be like, I want Drake's life. I want to fuck all the bitches, Tabasco with my condoms. But like, I don't care about that shit anymore, man. Make them sign NDAs. Yeah. A minor. Like, I don't care about any of that shit no more.
Yeah, you gotta tell you stuff.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing. So it's like, you can say, whose life do I want? If anything, I don't want any of you guys' life. Give me your bank account. Mm-hmm. That's about it. Anyway, so this is what Jagmeet Singh said.
I feel like we're like the press release for Jagmeet.
Jagmeet Singh's response to Drake's.
Yeah, we'll take care of you, Jagmeet. Don't worry.
And also,
let us handle the situation.
And all Drake said was, "You're a goof." With the proper grammar, the apostrophe RE, educated Canadian kid, not Gen Z, didn't do the UR. We appreciate that, Drake. Keeping grammar on the map. This is such an old man podcast.
But he also says Toronto things.
Yeah, well, that's certain trends and shit, keep doing the thing, right? That's what I say. I went for SZA.
Who's SZA?
She's a singer, R&B singer. Made a song with Kendrick called Luther, performed with them at the Super Bowl.
So how did he start his apology?
I went for SZA because she was like on the show.
Okay, I guess you got to finish it for me.
Not Kendrick.
Okay.
I was born in this city. I love this city because they're both in Toronto, Ontario area, the GTA. But real talk, I get it. Just like took off his pants and cut and let Drake lie. That's basically what happened. Okay. And just let Drake lie right there. You know what?
Okay. No, finish it. Finish it.
I shouldn't have gone at all. Who's he, a bubble? Like is he a family member, close friend? Does he? Are you on payroll? Like, OVO and Drake lift up the city and Canada. That's a political part of that's the most political part of that because it's like, hey, I'm a Canadian politician. I need to rep Canada. OVO's done a law for Canada. I need to point that out.
It's a bullshit statement from my understanding because if you're going for a certain rapper, now this is just my outlook. If let's just say someone I like is coming for a feature, I don't know. Those Kendrick tickets were not cheap. I'm assuming. I don't know what concert prices go to, but I'm assuming they're not cheap. $500-$600. If my favorite singer, rapper, what is SZA? A rapper?
She's an R&B singer.
Okay, never heard of her. But anyways.
You've heard her songs, for sure.
Okay, sure. But if I want to go listen to her.
Especially as much time you spend on TikTok, you've heard her songs.
I don't watch TikTok. This guy's a liar. I would not pay a certain price or overpay to go watch an opening act. I just wouldn't. I know people have, and people.
No, it was not opening act. She was probably featured on the show. Like she's like maybe she was opening. I just think they have songs together. Like
right.
She was
and then
on
for
the
you to
maybe it was a joint tour. I don't know. I don't know the details.
For him to say, I rep the city and whatnot. The whole world knows what's going on. My 7-year-old knows beef about Drake and Kendrick.
Oh really? Oh, Drake. Like I think remember between Jagmeet and Drake. Like,
yeah.
What? Your daughter knows about Jagmeet and Drake.
So for him to say, "Oh, I didn't think about it." Dude, you've been part of the Canadian political party for 4 years, and you clearly didn't think this
4 years, that's it. It feels like
I
forever.
don't know. Maybe he was there longer. I didn't pay attention.
I swear his daughter was fully black.
Yeah, so for him to think, yeah, he was. But for you to then say, oh, I didn't think about my actions, come on, dude.
And then the last thing was for me, it'll always be Drake over Kendrick. And
did he say that?
Yeah, that was the end thing. It'll always be Drake over Kendrick. So that was like his apology, and I get it. He's a politician. You have to politically put
so if you're Drake, do you accept that?
If I'm Drake, I'd be like, this guy's a goof. At this point, unfortunately. Like, just stand your ground. You should have gone.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a scenario that I would have been put in like that.
What was worse? Jagmeet going to this concert or LeBron James at the Kendrick show?
What is LeBron James and Drake's
DeMar DeRozan
relationship?
Do you know DeMar DeRozan?
Yeah, I know who he is. He used to play for the Raptors, right?
But do you know the relationship between
Drake and no.
Yeah, it was very tight, very close.
Yeah, but then also
like DeMar DeRozan cried to Drake.
He's probably closer to them in terms of like there's probably like an actual closeness with them.
He doesn't talk to them anymore.
Well, there might actually been some beef or separation or drift. And I can talk all about drifting from people being really close to someone and not being close to them, doing your time together. So there might have actually been maybe some of the shit Kendrick said was true, and these guys know, and they're like, oh, you finally got called out. Like, we don't know. That's different. With Jagmeet, this is the politician of Canada fighting with a rapper. Their relationship is that he's a politician of Canada, and he's a rapper from Toronto. But
in this world, are you really surprised?
It's less closeness. It's like they know each other. They're probably cordial, but it's not an actual friendship between Jagmeet Singh and Drake. It's more of like, you see each other, dap each other up, a long time no see, glad to see you're killing it. Yeah. Not you're repping Toronto, I'm repping Toronto. Not like DeMar DeRozan and Drake were probably going for drinks after picking up chicks, all that shit type of relationship. You know
the most important part is, as long as Drake is still cool with Nav Bardia, we're good.
Yeah. But it's like, here's an example that has nothing. Like,
hopefully Nav's not affected.
An example,
you think Nav's affected?
That's not even as close as this.
Do you think Nav Bardia is affected by this?
No, I don't think he cares.
He must care.
No, if Nav was a real G, he'd go on Drake's DMs and be like, you're a goof.
No,
that's what Nav Bardia
he was side with Drake.
Rap with your sings, bro.
Oh,
that's a fake
I'll do what Nav Bardia does.
That's crazy.
No, I wouldn't do what Nav Bardia does.
Real Canadian heroes are right here.
Yeah.
Real Canadian heroes look like this.
What a shirt, eh?
Shout out to the guy that gave this to me on WrestleMania weekend.
Like this year, WrestleMania?
Yeah, it's a buddy. He follows me. I follow him. I apologize. I do not remember your name or page right now. But you gave this to me, and you were really determined. Like I remember him coming to me. Like I was hoping I would see you again.
What does that do with Drake and Jagmeet Singh?
A real true Canadian that causes no problems.
Okay,
that reps can. Nobody will be in this man's DM saying this man was smoking weed with Snoop Dogg like a couple months ago. He's a real G. Jagmeet, a little disappointed in you. Drake,
keeping Drake.
Just keep me Drake.
Who's your favorite rapper, by the way, of all time?
Of all time, Tupac. That's all time. That's like you at least gotta ask like top 5 to like get me off my.
Okay, make it top 5.
Tupac.
Don't think about it. Just
Lil
say it.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Biggie. I'm not thinking about because like I know like I'm gonna get judged on this if I'm like, do I say Mace? Do I say Nas? Do I say like, do I really like, who do I listen to the most? You know, like, and I genuinely listen to a lot of Kid Cudi. I don't know, is he a rapper? Is he like, yeah?
Sure. You're asking a guy who
Are we in
barely
trouble
knows-
if we say Kanye now? Like,
No, Kanye is my top 5.
like Kanye is a man.
Kanye-
Doesn't mean I agree with what Kanye
Snoop's out there?
is doing. Snoop, like that's what I mean. Like I miss Snoop. Snoop's a G.
Yeah.
I loved Ice Cube growing up, but I don't think I care about
Your favorite all time was who?
Tupac.
Yeah, okay.
Tupac and Lil Wayne are probably like my two. Like I like that. I'd have to think about that. Everyone else is like, yeah, but I want Cudi, but I like Snoop. Okay, I like Kanye, but I also like Ice Cube and Eminem. Like, what do I do here? Like I'm a really big fan of Mac Miller these days. Like, what do I do here? But like Tupac and Lil Wayne are probably like cemented. Like you can't change that for me. How about you?
A Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I went to a Lil Wayne concert 2011.
I met Lil Wayne in Miami.
Oh shit, eh?
Yeah, 2011.
Young Moolah, baby.
I met him in Birdman.
Oh shit. Well, they were still friends at that time. Well, they're back. They're good now again. But
Yeah, but they weren't kissing that time.
oh shit.
Yeah.
I think that's about. I think we should wrap this up.
We have much more to talk about. But
I don't even. We were gonna talk about girls and traveling and wanting to have fun and travel and wanting to
we'll
how
save that for
social
another
media.
topic. I guess this ended up with
we discussed something in the car that we could have talked. Oh, about what we want to do in life and how it actually kind of happened that way without knowing it happened that way.
Yeah.
But there's been many times I wanted to come out here and talk about how I feel like I've become more spiritual in the past couple of years. I don't know what happened in the song of the week. Kun Fire Kun, because I mean that was part of the reason one time that hit me in a really hard spot and I was like, damn, I think I'm turning like spiritual again. I think I believe in God.
What song have I been listening to?
But
I've been listening to
from the movie Rockstar, which I watched only recently because
do I have a song of the week? I think Ki Hoya Si by Afsana Khan.
you love that song.
Yeah, you don't like Afsana Khan.
And then for the white people, for the Caucasians, for the people that don't listen to Indian music, I took a wild ride and I decided to dive into Sabrina Carpenter because she's a big deal and influencing a lot of wrestling, and she and I'm a fan of hers. I used to watch Girl Meets World because I'm a big boy Meets World.
Actually, I have been listening to rap music lately. My song of the week probably going to be not probably it is Lil Wayne She Will.
Yeah, it's a banger. I was listening to Hot Revolver today on the way here and I haven't listened to that song, but there's a couple of like not super popular Sabrina Carpenter songs on them. So not like Bad Camera, Please Me or whatever, or like Espresso. There's a couple on there that I listened to and I was like, oh, like these don't get talked enough a lot, and they're like good old school kind of classic rock, just a guitar and her singing on it, saying some funny shit.
But truthfully, do you think really people give a shit about what we were talking about right now? About our rap music insight?
I don't think this is we're gonna wrap this up. Nobody gives a shit about what anybody's fucking saying or doing on the internet. We're all a bunch of fucking narcissists. We think people fucking care. We put this out there for
I know
content.
people don't care. I'm gonna drop this for the 3rd time. Sponsor us, man. Pay us.
We're just
Red
creating
Chili.
content
No, Red
because I
Chili.
have an audience. Social media is fake.
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
not real. But if I can entertain you and if I can make your day a little bit better and I can make you feel a little bit less alone,
Hey, we can make you laugh. We did our
if we
part.
can make you laugh, if we
Smile.
can, commentate on certain things like Jagmeet Singh versus Drake, the beef of the century.
And the one good thing is, I'm gonna
We're
say
gonna do
98% of the time, we're probably gonna just speak the truth because I think we're too old to really give a shit.
I feel like I'm a little bit less filtered on Just Yapping than I am on TWC
You're definitely
Show.
less.
Because I
filtered.
come on here and I'm just like, fuck it, I plead the 5th. We'll see you all next time. We're going to war!